Are you ready? Yeah. You already, man. We had to slide up on one of the top youngins in the city. I could say that, man. Definitely working. You know what I'm saying? Got a nice little resume so far.
Know that one more time. Would you say the top what?
Hey, man, they know what it is. You know what I'm saying?
At least you know, man. I ain't know if he had coronavirus or not.
Facts. But so go ahead, introduce yourself to the people who ain't familiar with you.
Too real, man. Man, I'm from, like, I'm too rare, I'm different. I ain't like these niggas.
Too rare.
Yeah, most humble is laid up.
Okay. So go ahead, tell them a little bit about yourself, where you from, how was it for you coming up and shit?
Well, I'm from everywhere, keep it a bean. Like, I've been around, you feel me? But I was raised like Southern Phill'ys, York, Darien Street and shit like that, like down north and shit. But I've been everywhere. I've been out the county. Like, I probably spent like 3 years out there. Spent 8 years up the east, you feel me? Like, that's where I did my dirty work. So you can really see I'm from the east too, so.
Okay.
You feel me?
So before we get into your story, talk about the difference as far as like from the county and then from the city and shit. Like what's the vibe like and what's different?
Vibe like, well, I was out the county probably like 3-4 years ago. No, like 8, 5. No, I don't even know. No, like 5, 6 years ago and shit. The vibe was different than it is now. You feel me? I feel like the county want to be like Philly. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like they want to be like the city and shit. But no, that shit was like when I was out there, that shit was like just getting wild. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
All the way there, it was like firehouse parties and shit like that. Like, that shit was different.
I feel like that shit happening because of the gentrification and shit in the city. Like everybody kind of getting forced to the county and all that, cause they buying up all the shit down Philly, especially South Philly.
Yeah. Cause that's kind of the fact. Like, wow, you feel me? My mom moved out the county for real. She wanted to get away from that shit. The niggas was tripping out.
Okay. So how was your youth and shit like that? How was it for you, like you as a youngin?
I was a football player as a youngin, bro.
Okay.
That shit was, I ain't gonna lie, like my whole life I always been like lit, you feel me? Like everywhere I moved to, I always been lit. Like it either was from dancing, playing football, you feel what I'm saying? I've been lit, you feel what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Okay. So what position you played on the field?
I played all types of shit. I played receiver. In high school, middle school shit, I played quarterback, you feel me? And like the beginning of my whole career, like when I started at like 10 years old, I probably like running back and shit. I was running back and shit.
Okay, all right. So how was it for you coming up and shit like that? Cause you say that you moved around a lot. So I'm sure you a lot of different shit as far as being from York Street and shit like that. How was that for like you during your childhood?
That shit was different. Me and this badass young boy used to be running around everything, you feel what I'm saying? That's what he was on, you feel me? Like,
This shit ain't nothing new. We ain't faking that nigga.
Oh yeah, I used to live down area and shit too, like Juniata. And shit, I did my dirty work down there too and shit. I went to Hopkinson and shit like that.
Okay.
Yeah, we used to be drawn though.
Facts.
I ain't gonna lie. I used to be tripping out eggs at people's cribs, rocks at people's cars, breaking and shit down the alleyway, almost got, you know what I mean? Like,
so you was active as a youngin and shit.
Yeah, I used to be drunk, I ain't gonna lie, but I had my humble ways though, you feel me? Still was beating shit up and all that as a young boy and shit, but I used to be chilling and shit though, bro.
Right.
I wasn't like a jail type young boy.
Right. Just active, just running around young boy shit, right?
Type young boy, and you feel me? Play tag, fuck up people's shit and all that type shit. Like
them type young boys that was out the way, but to beat shit up.
Yeah, like you feel me?
I feel you.
Like, I left that shit to my uncles.
He was bad, but he wasn't
no
hard head young boy.
Yeah, I wasn't no hard head young boy. I never was a dummy, bro.
Right. No, I get that. Definitely
I had my
active.
big brother Glizzy, you feel me? He did dirty work that I see him doing. I'm like, Nizzo, I ain't doing that. My mom gonna whoop my ass if she see me do some shit like that, bro.
I respect it, man. So not to get in too deep, but you a single parent or double parent house?
Double. My step pop.
Okay. Now I know.
Pop and my mom.
So I know you got like homies and shit like that, where it's like they ain't really had a father figure like that. Can you tell like some of the differences, or can you see some of the differences as far as like, you know, just a man in the house, some of the differences that it make?
Yeah, there's a lot of differences on that tip. Like, niggas carry it different with their moms when they don't got no pop, you feel what I'm saying? They feel like they mom and they pop is all in one, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, I feel like my mom is really like my pop too, you feel me? Because he was around, but he wasn't around, you feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, yeah, though, she laced me and all that here and there all the fucking time. You feel me? Monthly checks laced me. Make sure me and my brother was cool. Little sisters once they came, so.
I feel that.
Yeah.
All right, now, how old was you when you first started fucking with the music?
2 years ago. How old was I? I'm 19 now. All right, no, I was 18. Yeah, I was 18 because I'm about to be 20 in August. I was 18, bro.
Okay.
This shit wasn't even meant for me, bro. I'm gonna keep it big.
What made you start fucking with the music?
Me not proceeding with this football shit.
Mm-hmm.
I said it wasn't made for me. This shit made for me at the end of the day. Everything happened for a reason. But I'm saying, like, this wasn't my dream, you feel me? How niggas be putting in 6 years, 7, like, I wasn't on that shit, bro.
Right, niggas be telling me, but
once I, like,
since I was 6 and all that.
Rap, but I'm that type of artist, though, bro. I mean, well, I'm that type of nigga in general. Once I do something, I put my all into it, you feel what I'm saying? Like, football, I was all into that shit. You feel me? Texting scouts, DMing them, Twitter and all, me to Twitter and all that type shit.
Facts.
You feel me? I was on my job.
So, like, what happened with the football? You got any looks and shit like that as far as school wise?
A couple schools was looking at me, but they ain't come through with no offer type shit, bro. No, I would have probably really been in a different position right now if they did. Cause I was going here and shit. I was going to Lincoln and shit.
Fact. I was about to ask that. So speak about your time at Lincoln, cause you decided to do it here. So it definitely can mean something to you for real.
But what you mean? What you say?
Like speak about your time at Lincoln, because you decided to shoot it here. So obviously this place has some type of.
School, I did like a lot of my dirty work here too. Like first I went to George Washington High School, but when I really started running down on shit was at this high school. Like I shot No Brotherly Love at this high school. That's the song that changed my whole, you feel me? So it's like a lot, I got a lot of memories here, bro. Like I come show love to the joint once I really, you feel what I'm saying, take off.
So talk about No Brotherly Love and shit. That was on one of the first ones that you put out?
No, that was probably like my third one. First I dropped a song called Switch Sides. Second joint was Goblin, right? Yeah, second joint. I was dropping Sneaky Jones on SoundCloud. Right, like I dropped a joint called Hop in My Ride on SoundCloud. Freedom Jails. I dropped like 2 Jones all in one. I dropped what else? Bitch Dan. Yeah. So No Brotherly Love probably like my fourth. It was like your fifth joint.
Okay. So
basically, No Brotherly Love is when shit really got kicked.
Yeah, that's when shit got real.
You feel me? No Brotherly Love set the tone. That's when niggas' eyes opened up. You feel me?
Okay. So you said niggas start hating. So talk about when you first start fucking. Like, what made you was like, you know what, man, I'm about to just rap like.
When this shit wasn't going right for me with football, bro. They tried to make me reclassify and shit. There was like a war zone going around the neighborhood and shit. Like, you feel me? Like I wasn't really like into that shit as how I used to be. Like once you get in high school, shit get different, bro.
You start, you like more shit start coming, bitches, and just life start happening a little more.
Yeah, like so. That shit was different, bro. So, but me really getting into the rap and shit though, bro, it started from me not fucking with football no more. Then this one day I just listened, you feel me, to this beat. The beat Switch Sides. I listened to that beat and shit. Once I came across that beat, someone just told me like, just start writing to this shit, bro. Like what you ain't doing shit type tip.
Right.
I wrote to that shit. I finished the song probably that same night, bro. Like my man right there and shit, my man Grill and shit. I hit him up. I said, bro, we at the studio the next day. He thought I was bullshit. I said, nah, bro, we in the studio. I'm about to book a little hour real quick. You feel me? I'm gonna bang this shit out to see how I sound this shit.
Fact.
That shit was rap after that. I dropped the snippet on my gram. That shit probably did like 10, 15 views. I mean 1,000 views on that joint and shit. I'm like, no, I'm doubling back to the studio. You feel me?
Okay, so the first joint did like 10, 15 on the gram?
Yeah, and that's when I hit him with a little video. That same joint, I hit him with a video of that shit. That shit probably took a minute to hit 10K and all. That shit was a minute, bro.
Okay.
But no, I came back with Goblin. They went crazy off of Goblin. Cause that's when I really started showing myself. You feel me? Switch Sides, I was too thorough. Goblin, that's when I started really getting loose and all that type shit. Bro.
Okay. So look, the first time I heard about you, it was, I don't know what song it was. It was the joint like the Big Tripper, that joint. You feel me? And I heard about that shit because, you know, I be on YouTube and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Let that shit watch. No, but listen, I heard it for a minute, but I'm about to tell you, like, because I remember you came down South Philly.
Let's get it, yo. I love all y'all who just showed me love, yo. Let's get it. Ain't two more.
I'm gonna shout out No Mo one time for them doing the event, bringing you out there. I believe 22 Mayor came out there and shit like that. But back to what I was saying, the first time I heard about you was that, and I heard about you because that shit kept coming on YouTube, bro. I'm like on the ad, John, like, yeah, like. I'm talking about like back to back to back.
Crazy you said that, bro, because they think I paid for my views, bro. That shit just kept popping, and cut that,
yeah.
Shit popping, niggas.
Real rap.
But it's a difference though, bro, cause